couldn't think of a name, the three of us, Andy, Martin and myself, and we were threatened by a record company with them just dropping us and not putting the record out if we didn't hurry up and think of a name. So that one came out of it actually came out of the Halliwell film directory, and that was the page it opened on, and the first name that sprung out of the page. And
that's good. You could have been Murder in the Rue Morgue or something.
Yeah, we could have. I mean, we were quite lucky. I think I've always wanted to sing since I was about 7 years old, sort of dancing around the house with singing into a hairbrush like we all do, and listening to Dusty Springfield and Sandy Shaw and Shirley Bassey and Diana Ross and the Supremes. You know, they were all the people who inspired me, I think, first of all, to sing. And I can remember when I was quite small saying to my mum, "Oh, I really want to be a singer when I grow up." And she said, "But I'm never going to see you. You're always going to be on tour." And I'm going, "No, but you can come too." And, you know, that was kind of beyond my wildest dreams. I think it's the sort of thing that every little girl wishes for. But, you know, I got lucky.
How did you get lucky then? How did Swing Out Sister come about, first of all, and how did you get that first record contract?
Well, we came together by sheer accident, really. I decided I had to get a proper job, so I studied fashion and textiles, and I was all set to become a fashion designer. Well, I was for a few years, for about 6 years before Swing Out Sister got off the ground. But my flatmate was looking after a couple of people who were making instrumental music and not getting very far. One of them turned out to be Andy Connell. I mean, he'd already been in a band prior to that, A Certain Ratio, who were on Factory Records, and Martin Jackson, who'd been in a band called Magazine. But they'd got together to make some kind of dance music and early sort of sampled and synthesized stuff. It was all kind of, you know, very forward thinking, but they, I think, were having difficulty getting a record contract. So the manager said, "Oh, they need a singer and we're having trouble finding someone." And I said, "I'll do it." And they kind of, that wasn't really greeted with much enthusiasm. It's like, "You'll do it? What do you mean?" I go, "Well, I used to be in a band and I'd love to sing." And they didn't really want me to do it, but I think they felt sorry for me. So I went up to Manchester to sing on these instrumental tracks, the first lyrics I'd ever written, the first songs I'd ever sung in a studio. And I was so shy and embarrassed I had to send them all out to the pub. And I think by the time I'd done it and they came back, they were intoxicated. And for some reason they thought it sounded okay. I don't know if it was that brilliant, but, you know, they were quite impressed, and drink had taken its toll, and I stuck with them.
Because your dad had a band, didn't he? And regularly supported the big stars in the 60s.
Yes, he did. In Nottingham at the time, he had a band called the Junko Partners, and I think it was about the same time as people like Alvin Lee, and 10 years after, I think quite a few of the Tremolos came from Nottingham as well. So, that, you know, there's quite a thriving scene in Nottingham. But what they used to do in the 60s was, if somebody like Lulu or Tom Jones or Johnny Kidd and the Pirates were coming to perform in Nottingham, they would have a local band on as the support act. And so I think my dad's band, the Junko Partners, used to support quite a lot of people. I got all kinds of autographs and heard all kinds of stories. It was very exciting, and I even got to go on somebody's tour bus once. I was very impressed by this. They had all kind of green baize tables, playing cards, and, you know, a bar and stuff. And I thought, wow, that's what I want to do when I grow up.